Hello, and welcome to another session of San Francisco by Night, Hunter the Vigil. Tonight is a day of investigation, or tonight is a night of investigation. We start with Miss Fletcher getting a call in for the police station, which she hasn't received in about a month or so. And being a private investigator and being good at her job, it comes as no surprise that she is being called in. However, Cassandra, you can't help but feel a very small amount of dread. Nothing extreme. No visions, no flashy, uh, you know, nothing like that. Just a gut feeling that this could be bad.
Okay. So I will go to the station and see. By the way, who did the call? Was it the chief there
That
or
yeah
who was
yeah
it?
that would be the chief of police.
Okay. Do you have a name?
Yes, had his name. Hold on a sec. Sanders. Sanders.
All right, I'm going to go to the station. I
You
drive
go
there
to
or not?
the yep. You go to the police station, and it's uh kind of a bustle and hustle. There's a lot of officers getting dispatched. And you actually see out of the corner of your eye Valentine get dispatched into a vehicle, and they go off and do a patrol. And there's a lot of officers that actually go out almost right at the time that you get there. A couple of them run by you, and one of them walks by you. And would you roll me a wits composure, please?
It already started, people. It already started. Clicked. Okay. With composure. Roll, do not betray me. Did I click it? Huh.
The RNG is not strong with this one.
No, it's lag. Roll
Mm-hmm.
20 is lagging.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You just barely manage to
Wow.
notice that the guy gives you a little bit of a sneer as one of the officers walks by you.
Sneer?
Like a sneer, like when you walk by someone you really don't like. It's kind of like you can see that kind of look.
And raise my eyebrow and continue on my way.
Continue into the
Uh,
station where there's people
by the
bustling around.
way, do I notice who he is? Do I know who he is, or at least his
Uh,
appearance?
he doesn't appear to be an officer that hangs out much with Valentine, and he doesn't appear to be any of the ones that you've worked with before.
But I notice what he looks like.
Yes, he is a
I will remember.
stocky fellow, kind of buff. Uh, Looks like he can almost barely fit in the suit, or the officer uniform. He has brown hair, blue eyes. He is white male, stands about 6'3", probably about 280 pounds of muscle.
Hmm. Do I get any vibes from him?
Yeah, actually. You actually see a little red strand coming from him. Not going towards you, but just going off towards space, basically.
Hmm. I see. I will remember this face, says my eidetic memory, and I will move and
Yep.
try to find the chief. I'll go to his office and knock on the door.
You go to a big technical metal door that's got a nice swipe, and you knock on the door to Officer Sanders' room, or Chief Sanders' room, and he says, "Come on in."
Open the door, go in.
Ah, Fletcher, good to see you again. I know you've been on a little bit of a hiatus, but ready to get back to work
Yeah,
here? This one's pretty good
good
pay.
evening, chief. Well, I'm always out for a little adventure. What you got for me?
Oh, this one's a bit creepy. You've been hearing about the murders that have been happening recently, yeah?
Oh, yeah. The whole city has been buzzing.
Well, I'm putting everyone I got on it now, and we're gonna need you to help out. He brings up a digital pad, and he hands the pad over to you, and it gives you a lot of the information on a lot of the cases and whatnot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we've been trying to keep this a little bit under wraps, as to not keep people spooked, but this one's a bit off.
What are you
Most
thinking? Cereal?
Yes, serial killer. Most all the victims have been drained of blood and put on awful displays. This last one he got a
Hmm.
little bit more frisky with. He freaking
How many
crucif
victims so far?
been about a month. This newest victim would be 12.
She's gonna approach on the desk to get a bit closer to to his face, but not in his
Hmm.
face, but
Hmm.
like conspiratorially.
Hmm.
So, Chief, how come the feds picked this up?
It's not my place to ask questions like that, but if I had to guess, I don't know. Maybe someone who died among these victims was important, or perhaps more than they appeared to be.
But they would be all over our asses, and they aren't.
One would think so. They've been
Hmm.
on my ass, that's for sure.
Just want to make sure that I won't be, sidelined by some Fed coming, say, and claiming jurisdiction over me. After all, I'm a private contractor.
Yeah, so they don't exactly have a lot of pull on you if I wind up getting hit, so another reason I'm
All
calling
right.
everyone in.
So, where do you want me to start?
Well, he's been pretty clean on most of the cases except for this new one. I think he tried to be a little bit too flashy with this one. Not only
You
that, we
sure it's one
noticed
person?
the person that he tried to kill, he put out on the pier and displayed them on the Ferris wheel in a crucifixion of interesting proportion.
You said tried to kill. Did the victim survive?
Victim was alive when we found them, not anymore.
So, and mock crucifixion. That's pretty ritualistic and symbolic.
This is one of the first symbolic ones we've really seen.
So, how can we be sure it's the same person if the MO changes so drastically? I mean,
Well,
yeah, it does look like an escalation, but
Well, the victim died of blood loss. We weren't able to get them to a hospital or medical attention to them in time. This does follow the hiatus of the original killer, so either this is a really good copycat or this is him.
hmm, yeah.
You look through a lot of the files I've been going through, and the images are somewhat gruesome and depicting. And you notice something that it says in some of the files, that the killer is starting to appears to have walked with a gait now. And just as you say that, Sanders kind of pipes up, or read that, and just Sanders pipes up and he says, whoever the killer is, he must have been injured a little bit because we did find a little bit of blood at the crime scene. However, here's the fun thing.
Mm-hmm.
We put it through some of our best analysts. It comes back with nothing.
See. Well, maybe
Meaning
he's
that this
not in the
person.
system.
Exactly. So now who in the hell would be in this city while out being in the system?
Maybe a new arrival. Maybe from out of the country, even.
Perhaps.
Do we have any notion of how the exsanguination occurred? Are there any puncture wounds from needles or something of that sort?
That's just the point. We didn't see any scars or any marks at all. Most of these victims have just been drained. There's no sign of passage through any entry holes or exit holes. No scars, no needle marks, nothing.
Hmm.
We noticed a lot of blood in the mouths, but that's about it.
Hmm. All right. I guess I have to go to the pier.
That would be the best place to start anyway.
Yeah.
We've cleaned up a lot of it, but all the case files are there in that PDA. So if you can find anything we didn't, let me know.
Mm-hmm. Um, as for physical evidence and traces, was there just the blood?
The killer's been very good at not leaving any sort of personal effects other than blood at the crime scenes. We did notice something on one of the victims. There appear to have been maybe chain marks or binding marks on one of them. However, no binding residue or anything else was found. We can't really tell whether it was rope or metal, though my guess would lean more towards rope. We haven't
Another
found any
question.
physical parts of him yet.
Another question before I go. This crucifixion, where was the victim crucified on?
As I said, Ferris wheel down at the Pier Carnival.
Yeah, so the Ferris wheel itself, or was there a device used or something that could have brought in, could have been brought in?
Well, that's the other thing. There was no sign of a device at all. No crane, no winch. In other words, it's as if he just picked the victim up and carried it up there himself.
Yeah, we'll have to see the site and compare the pictures, but
Indeed, we know he's definitely most likely augmented.
well, yeah,
Because
that would be
explain to me how
my
someone
guess.
can explain to me how someone can haul a 260-pound body up that. I'm sorry. No way that's happening without augmentation. Or he's a replicant. Either way.
Well, let's not jump to conclusions yet. We don't have any evidence for it, but I'm planning on finding some for you, so I think I will be on my way.
Good then. Good luck, Fletcher. And Fletcher, watch your back on this one.
Always. She will get up, give him a nod, open the door, and go back to the bike. Check that she has all her equipment with her,
Yep.
and then we'll go to the pier.
All right. You go to the pier, currently closed down due to obvious reasons, but the cleanup crew did a pretty decent job here. You can still see some of the caution tape, or digital caution tape, I should say, kind of strewing around. But because you have an ID, when you walk through the caution tape, it doesn't set off any alarm. And
Yeah, and of course I'll have my kit with me
yep, you start
and
searching the
luminol.
pier. Go ahead and roll me wits composure plus your kit. And then roll me wits investigate, or sorry, roll me wits composure, then roll me intelligence investigation, both with kit bonus.
Okay. Both with kit bonus. Okay, give me a second because I have to remember how much bonus that gives. Uh, okay, so crime scene kit is a +2, and luminol is +2. Yeah. So closure first. It needs a moment. Roll20 is lagging badly today. What is the first roll for?
Wits composure, so basic perception, and then
Okay.
intelligence investigation for looking for really specific things.
Come on! Do the thing! Come on, Roll20. We believe in you. You can do it. Okay. Oh, fuck. What the fuck? Shit. Okay, give me a second, because my Chrome crashed. Because of course.
I can go ahead and roll it for you here on your sheet.
No, it's fine. It's fine. No, I want to be in charge of my rolls. So if I fuck it up, at least I won't blame you. Well, it'll take a second to get it open. We're here. Alright. Alright. Okay, which composure? Boink. Boink. Did, did it register? Uh, wait a minute. Okay. 2 for the thing. And for the investigation roll, can I risk willpower?
Sure.
Oh, I also need to remember something because I have a merit that there's some. Ah, goddammit, where is it? Where is it? I need to remember what it does.
Is it the one for
Uh,
willpower?
no. It's for the investigative aid. Oh, wait, I have it written here. Let's see. Oh, oh, okay. I get exceptional success at 3 successes.
Okay.
So, so that's gonna be a really bitch ass roll, cause I get a lot. I get 4, 6, uh, 9. I did +9 and 9 against. If that fails, if that
Just
fails,
completely botch it and you don't find anything.
imagine that. Okay, let me open up so I can put it on the 9 again. Okay, boink. Did it roll? Oh,
Holy shit.
a measly 10 successes. So
All
nice.
right, so yeah, you search that pier top to bottom, and you find things that even the professional team was not able to find. At first, you're kind of on your hands and knees just looking at certain areas, and then you notice something under one of the carts, one of the hot dog stands.
Mm-hmm.
You reach down and pull it out, and it's a lighter. You also find a half or almost fully burnt out cigar.
Alright. I'm gonna put those in baggies. Do I see any print on the lighter?
Uh, you don't actually, and not only that, I assume you picked up the lighter with gloves, so you do not see any.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah, you do not find anything there. You also find down on the beach under the pier, there's a couple little footprints that look a bit different than any ongoers because they go up from the rocks, and they go into a sewer grate. However, the sewer grate is closed and locked with a couple hatch locks. But you see some footprints heading towards it.
Hmm. Okay, the footprints might be, a chase thing going on. So, first of all, I want to go and see the exact place where the body was
You look
uh,
up
found.
at the Ferris wheel. It's called the King Kong Ferris wheel. It's got a nice circle picture of King Kong on the middle of it, and it's just a typical Ferris wheel.
Yeah, but it might have some imprint on it.
Okay.
Here's the thing, I need to open the book real quick so I can remember what's the fucking roll for that.
You also have a lighter and a cigar too.
Yes, but if I do
Mm.
that here, it would be a bit. I want to process the evidence before I touch
Mm.
with my bare hands, I'd say, because it wouldn't be appropriate. It would be very inappropriate, in fact. That's not how we do things here. Where the fuck are the disciplines? Oh, specs. There we go. Specs. Spirit touch. With occult plus house. Okay, that's what I want to do on the Ferris wheel.
Okay.
Uh, uh, I need to get me some more occult. This isn't very goodly. Wits, cold, and us. Roll that motherfucker. Please be good. One success. One measly success. So I get to ask one question. Shit. Uh,
Oh, by the way, you got a grand success, so any conditions you had on you are gone.
oh. Oh, nice. Do you also get a bit?
Yes,
Yes. Okay, so,
and you risked willpower. So
yeah. I fucking lost the page again because I'm a fucking idiot. Um, but I probably have one question
yep,
to ask.
one question.
One question, and I must make it count.
Just one question.
Choose wisely.
Okay. Um, I want to see who was the person uh who placed the body there. Who's the person? Hmm. Can I do that?
Well, that's kind of a
Hmm.
little bit too specific of a question for Spirit's touch.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. 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 Okay. What? Okay, let's go with who's the last person who touched this.
The
But
last
that
person to
would
touch.
me. Mm, well, actually, no. That could be helpful because no. Oh wait, fuck. Because yeah, it would have been the cops. Shit. Uh, okay, let's go with. Can you hear me, by the way?
Hmm?
Okay. Let's go with. Um, what was this object being used for? The no, that's. Eh, what's the strongest emotion associated with it?
Um, you see a flash of red, and you see a lizard on a rock getting stabbed with a knife and slowly dying.
Oh, lizard on a rock.
Mm-hmm.
Primate? That's the guy that had the lizard on the rock. Fuck. Okay, okay. I need to refocus, so I'm going to follow the footsteps, the footprints, whatever.
You go back down to the sewer grate, and it is indeed locked up and chained very well.
When did that ever stop me?
Okay, you gonna pick the lock?
Sure gonna try.
Okay, you got 2 locks to pick. Give me 2 rolls.
Alright. Where is the larceny? And dexterity. And what does the lockpick add? Shit. Man, working a laptop without a mouse is fucking nightmare.
I can't remember what your equipment rating was. I think it was either 2 or 3.
Oh no, the for the thingy, the fuck the lockpicks. Lockpick +2. Alright. Alright. +2. Boink. Wow.
Yep. First lock is picked. Rather easily.
First lock is annihilated.
Second
And two
lock,
on the
you
second.
just barely managed to get it because it's a difficult lock, but you get it. The lock's open and the
Right.
chains come off.
I'm assuming it's dark in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Time for my night vision goggles. All the gadgets tonight.
All right, you put on the night vision goggles and you slowly continue down the dark tunnel into the sewers.
Yes.
There is a bit of a crossway T section going left or right. Either way, it seems like they both kind of circle around. And you continue to follow down. However, you notice that you're obviously not going to get any footprints down here. But you do eventually see a little bit of blood coming down from one of the ladders. You can actually see quite a bit of blood coming down. You appear to be right under the park, if you had to guess. Like
Hmm.
the green park, where people take dogs and everything.
I'm going to collect a sample of the blood.
Okay, it's pretty dried, but you are able to do it.
And I think I'm gonna go up the ladder to see where it leads. To see
You,
if I can
all
follow
right,
more.
you go up the ladder and you slide the manhole over just a little bit. It appears that you are in a parking lot that's right next to the water's edge, like near the harbor area, and
Mm-hmm.
it's right in front of a park area where there's a lot of redwood trees where people kind of go into the park and walk their dogs or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
at first, you don't really seem to notice anything out of place, but then you notice a car not too far from the manhole, and it looks like something's been smashed into it, and the car is bent at almost like a C shape. And there is a lot of dried blood around you.
Hmm. I'm gonna go and take some pictures of this car.
Take some pictures of the car. It appears to be a Model 21C Mercedes, flying model. And most of the other cars in the parking lot are not hurt, although there's not that many cars in the parking lot. It looks like not many people actually use the parking lot. There is a little bit of a scuff down by the waterfront. Like there's rocks that kind of go down to help keep the wake off the shore. And there's a little bit of like a scuffle where something may have moved down there. And that's about it other than the dried blood. Although, if you go over to the ground behind one of the cars, you can see scorch marks on the sidewalk.
Hmm. I'm gonna take a picture of that too.
All right.
Are there any cameras in this parking lot?
Interestingly enough, there are none. This is actually one of the few areas of San Francisco that doesn't have cameras pointing at it. Interestingly enough, you
Hmm.
do see some areas where you think cameras may have been installed, but it appears some ruffians or kids decided to throw rocks at them and they are broken.
I'm gonna check the rocks where the scaffold appears.
It looks like something was either dragged or maybe thrown down at the rocks, which kind of because they scatter at kind of a outward angle. So like something either slid down, maybe someone like jumped or slid down or was thrown down, or maybe something was dragged down.
I'll make sure to also take pictures of the manhole and the ladder, by the way, because
All right.
yeah, it's
You
important.
you do find a little chunk of what looks like metal down by one of the rocks.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Pick it up. It looks
What
like
kind of metal does it look like?
after analyze. Well, you have the ability to analyze it because I know you have a scanner. Um, you look through it and do some analysis on it, and it appears to be polygrade titanium infused. So very high quality dense metal. Often they use
Hmm.
this metal on prosthetics or certain types of body armor.
If only we had a serial number.
You
Quickly done.
do not find a serial number, no.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't assume so in a small little piece. Hmm.
You imagine there are probably some other pieces because you see other small pieces here or there. None of them have any serial numbers on them, and that's just the biggest chunk you could find.
I am gonna mark the location though, and I'm gonna have someone come with a metal detector to gather everything.
Mm-hmm. All right, you got it. You mark it down.
And I'm gonna actually text it to the chief that I want this done here.
Okay. He's already sending someone out there.
Well, I will wait there at the parking lot until they arrive, just to make sure that the scene is not contaminated. And when they come, I'm going to walk back to the main scene to have a last look, see if I missed it.
Yep. A lot of dried blood, some scorch marks, uh, maybe some scratch marks on the sidewalk as well. Other than that, nothing new.
No witnesses or anything like that. There are no cameras at the pier either.
Nope.
Or was there a problem with?
No. You go back to the pier.
Yeah.
On the pier, the last footage they have of the camera that the chief gave you on the digital pad
Hmm.
shows people walking in. It shows the carnival closing, and then from out of frame, something must hit the camera or something because the camera goes static.
Mhm.
This has been noted in the thing before that this killer is very good at taking out any camera footage of him.
Mm-hmm. All right, then I'm gonna bag everything and I'm going to go back to my apartment to do some analysis on what I have.
Right. You go back to your nice apartment, turn on the lights, and start going to work and analyzing, going over evidence, and doing research on all the things that you've practiced and trained in. And as you study late into the night, we will cut the scene to Alex and Caden meeting up at the mansion just after they've gotten some information about a group of people who work for Jason. And they're discussing about how they're going to go about talking to them, shall we say.
Can I just do one thing first?
Sure.
Because I wanted to use that Omen Trends thing. So I wanted to do that before meeting with Alex.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend 3 essences and try to think about the. I don't know if I should think about Jacobs or the Quaid Gin, but okay, wait. I'm going to roll the 10. If it's odds, it's Jacobs. If it's even, it's
Okay.
Quaid. So Jacobs, I'm just going to try to figure out if he's alive, if he's dead, and what happened to him.
Okay.
This vision.
You go into a trance. Well, actually, do the roll first. Sorry.
Uh, do I have to roll anything?
Oh yeah, you spent 3 essence, so never mind.
Yeah.
You enter the trance, and you feel yourself leave your body in a spiritual sense. You feel the world rush around you, swirl of colors, emotions, flaring up. You start to feel cold and damp as you look out onto a vast forest. It fuses again, and you see animals and raindrops and icing, and everything is just confusing and swirling. And then it eventually brings itself, and you see a monstrous creature that you can only describe as maybe a bear or something look at you through the woods and start to lumber and charge towards you. And it just goes right through you. Turns around, looks at you again. Your vision swirls, and you are looking up at the sky. And you see an eagle come down towards you and try to strike at you as well. Then you see a wolf and a badger and other animals all try to attack you and just go through you. And then finally, your vision focuses on a shadowy figure in the corner of this weird outhouse. It might be a scout's camp or something in the mountains. And you see the shadowy figure. You can't quite make out the distinction. It appears to be humanoid. It raises something out of the shadows. A gun pointed right at you. It fires. You feel the bullet strike you in the chest. You feel the pain start to emulate. And the vision ends.
Okay. Hmm. I guess that must mean that maybe Jacobs is still alive. Anyway, now I can go meet with Alex.
You meet with Alex. You've both discovered that Jason may have some men who like to hang out at this local gig, and they work very closely with him, and that would probably be the place to go talk to them, or whatever plans you have.
So how are we going to talk? Your suit doesn't allow you to talk that well.
Of course it does.
No, it doesn't. Your suit is for killing shit, not for talking.
Oh, it can talk. I can talk through it. Don't worry about that.
She face palms and then she says, "What I'm saying is, if you go there with your suit, they will think you as an enemy.
We are their enemies, are we not?
We are, but if we just go there, they will start shooting at us."
Don't worry, I'll be stealthy. I'll just show up from behind while
And
you asking them questions.
what if like there's like five guys? They start blasting us, and I don't fear of dying. What I'm hesitant about is cops coming.
We'll be stealthy.
How you can be stealthy if there are five of them in one group playing cards?
I have a stealth generator in my suit, plus my training. I think you can be pretty stealthy.
How you are going to ask questions to five people while in stealth?
Well, he's not going to ask the questions. You're going to ask the questions.
The, she is asking that question to Caden, though.
It's very simple. We knock three of them down, and the other two we beat until they tell us what we want to know.
You have it your way. Let's go.
Okay,
All right.
so Kaden is going to dress up in his suit, and he's going to take his card that doesn't have a. Well, his basically his flying Batmobile.
Yep. Hayden, this is a bit of a rush for you. You haven't done this in months. It's been a while since you went out and introduced the pavement to some scumbags.
That is true.
You go out.
Alex,
Are you guys both taking the car? I take it?
Alex, if she invites, will go. If he invites Alex, will go with the car. But Alex puts a mask on. It's just like a small thing that covers half of her face.
Does she also have gloves?
No, she doesn't have gloves.
Perhaps we should get you some gloves just in case.
Easy enough. You've got
Yeah,
plenty.
Yeah, it's just to avoid any fingerprints.
yeah. She puts her fist on.
Okay, so I'm going to, I don't know, give her some leather gloves or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm,
Good.
so yes, I'm going to tell her to get inside the car.
Both get inside the car and you head to the place. It's a shady little place down in kind of the rougher parts of town. Nice little nightclub. Techno music everywhere, very modern age neo. You notice that there's a big backyard where the club is. It's kind of like this little smokers area for those of you who've ever been to bars with like smoking areas in the back. There's just this big backyard, almost kind of an area. And as you land, you go up to the bar, and they'll let you in. There's no like exclusive club or whatever. But the bar is lively with purple and blue neon lights kind of flashing everywhere. There's a back door entrance which heads out to the backyard area where you can see the people that you've identified. And you can see, of course, the bartender and a bunch of other people just sitting around drinking and having a good time. There's a little bit of a dance floor going on in the upper level, but other than that, nothing too much.
Okay, so you go through the front door and I go through the roof.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, Caden, roll me a strength athletics.
Okay.
Let me know what you get.
Does the uh, jumper thing help here?
Actually, if you've got jumper, let's see, you've got jumper one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just easily make the jump.
Okay.
You just leap up, and you are already on top of the building.
Okay, and I'm going
Do,
to try to go stealthily inside.
does the people check for us for guns or anything when we enter the bar?
No, this is kind of just a dive bar. It's kind of run down. It's in a shady part of town. It's not like
Mhm.
mass security.
I mean, check you for guns. I'm not going there normally.
Alex is like, would they look at her like, is this a place where I can enter with my power fist or like no?
Uh, it depends. Are you trying to kind of like hide it away a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to hide it away a little bit, no one's really gonna notice off the bat. They're just, there's a lot of shady people that come in here anyway, so it's not
Hmm.
nothing too big. So, Caden, you enter through. Go ahead and roll me a dex stealth just to see how well you can hide. And are you popping your stealth, Jen?
No, not yet.
Right, okay. So you're just being kind of stealthy, just in a nice little. People will probably just think you're in a techno suit.
Yes, and does the shadowing specialty apply?
Yes, it does.
Okay. 4.
Excellent. You're very stealthy. Alex, you go out to the back and you can see about what you probably guessed, about 5 people sitting around in kind of a smoke circle, just talking. There appears to be no one else out here in the backyard. Appears to be a little Johnson grill on the back there, and then another little kind of area where someone would cook, and then that's about it. Big fence, maybe about 7, 8 feet tall, just to kind of block, you know, traffic from shining lights in the area.
Alex comes in near them. She also lights a cigarette. Would they?
Well, one of them looks at you and says, "Well, what's a pretty thing like you doing out here?"
Alex just smiles and says, "Looking for some people.
Yeah? Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for a guy named Jason."
They all kind of pause and look up at you. Who's asking for looking around for Jason?
Alex.
Don't think I've heard that name before. What's Jason to you? You got business with him? We can pass along a message if you want.
I would be very happy if you pass the message.
Sure. What's the message?
Alex is very curious where he is. It's been a long time since he told me where he is.
Kind of gives a little kind of a "Meh, okay." Pulls out one of his phones. And these guys aren't like rugged. They actually do look like kind of professional people, like actual people. Like
Hmm.
they're not just like bums, but they've got like, decent stuff on. He pulls out one of his phone pads.
Alex raises her hand and says, "Before that, can you tell
Yeah.
me where he is?"
Well, I don't know where he is. He usually works at his office building.
Where's his office building?
Office building's over on corner of Fourth and B.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of looks at you a little bit funny, and he goes back to the phone and calls up. Hey, hey, boss. Yeah, hey, might have a new client here for you.
Can you give me the phone, please? As Alex looks at the
Uh, he
guy.
he kind of backs away from you a little bit and kind of waves his hand like because he's, when people do that thing where they're talking on the phone and then someone's trying to yak at him and they're
Uh,
like,
can I use "You Must Obey"? The nightmare.
yeah, go ahead and roll that because he has no defense.
By the way, whenever I see one of the group leaving, like to go to the bathroom or something like that, I'm going to stealthily take them out.
Okay. You do see one guy kind of go on over onto the outback area and it looks like he's gonna take a piss over in the corner. He leaves the gate area.
Oh, may
Okay,
I?
what do I have to roll to knock him out? Like
Uh,
with a
just just
maneuver, I think.
just a strength brawl +2 plus any other modifiers.
I failed the roll. God damn it.
All right. He's
Oh my
talking.
god!
What?
I just got one!
All right. So
Can I spend a willpower? Or risk it? I don't know.
that's the combat roll, so no.
Mm.
So you kind of come up behind him and you crack him across the thing, but you don't do enough damage to him to knock him out. So you just go up in the alleyway and you just punch him in the back of the head, and he's like, "Ah, what the fuck?" He turns around, pulls a gun on you. We'll deal with that in a moment, though. Alex, he's a little bit too busy to pay. He doesn't really pay attention to you. You don't really draw his eyes, and you don't
Mm-hmm.
really get his attention, so the nightmare doesn't quite work. And he's sitting there. He's like, "Yeah, I might have a new client for you." Yeah. Hey, what'd you say your name was again?
Name's Al.
Al?
Yes.
Huh. Odd name for a woman. Woman's name says she's Al. She wants to maybe get in contact with you. Huh? What do you mean? What she looks like? Uh,
Give me the phone.
he looks at
Alex
you.
orders him. Alex like intimidates him and says, "Give me the phone."
Kind of looks at you.
I can roll intimidation if you want.
Yeah. Roll me presence intimidation.
Thank you. This is a road action thanks to my powers.
Hmm?
Hell yeah. I literally rolled 6 more dice.
Let me know how
I
many
have
successes you get total.
one, two, no, one, two, three, four successes.
Okay. He looks and he says, she's scaring me, boss." He kind of backs away. He kind of puts the phone away immediately, and he goes into his jacket. He says,
If she's
"Hey,
gonna like,
hey, lady, back the hell off. We're just trying to help."
give me the phone.
Uh, he appears to be backing up even more until he hits the fence wall. But he does not appear to be obeying with your order. However, he is clearly intimidated and scared.
She does, like push forward, as in like, like comes forward and
The
then
other
she just takes his
two, the
face.
other two step in front of you. Like, "Ma'am, you're gonna have to step back."
Alex takes a deep breath and says, "What if I don't?"
"Then we're gonna have to hurt you."
Hurt me how?
One of them says, "Okay, whatever. Let's not make a scene here." He forcibly grabs your arm, and he tries to
Mhm.
pull you away. This will be strength athletics versus his strength athletics.
Would this considered resisting a grapple?
Yes.
Thank you.
This guy is fairly strong, so he's got at least for a human, a nice little pool. With no hits.
5, 5, 4. I got 4 plus. No, 4.
Yep. And actually, I was looking at the wrong character. I'm sorry.
Um, by the way, one thing I'm gonna say: when they lose a check with Alex,
Mm-hmm.
they get the frightened or shaken condition.
Yep. So Yeah, he actually had 9 dice, but either way, he's still. He goes to like grab your arm, and he starts to pull you away.
Oh, how does he pulls me away? I had four
No, no,
successes.
no, no, no. He starts to pull you away, and then you give a little
Oh, okay.
resistance, and he just goes,
Mm-hmm.
"Come on, let's." He's pulling with like all of his might. The other guy goes to pull you as well, like they're trying to shove you, and it's like shoving a brick wall.
I am gonna spend a satiety on Terror's friend, and basically, Beast Horror unleashes on all foes between the 40 yards. They if they're like if they're supernatural tolerance plus resolve is less or equal than Beast strength intimidation, which is 8 dice. Like if they don't have 8 in resolve plus supernatural tolerance, they must either flee or gain beaten down tilt. So Alex just stares them down. It's just like looking at them with insane, scary eyes.
Two of the men, as they're trying to shove you, they just start shoving like as hard as they can, and they just look at you like in just abject horror. One of the men just comes running and he just bull charges you and he just slams into you and you don't go anywhere. And he just steps back and then he steps back and they take the beaten down condition.
She extends her hand and says, "Can I have the phone now?"
He very slowly hands the phone to you.
And Alex takes the phone and says, "Hello, pumpkin."
There's a long pause. Alex, my dear, there you are. How have you been?
Long time no see.
Yeah, real long time. I didn't know you'd be looking for me. I'm touched.
I mean, guy just puts you in a cage, makes you fight like a dog. Wouldn't you wonder, like, why you do it?
You were an animal that needed to be taught lessons. What can I say? You were just
You
a beast. You were always a beast.
can do this the hard way or the, easy way.
Well,
How would you like to do it?
if you remember, sweetie pie, I love it the hard way.
She gets a bit, angry, and then she says, "Why did you do this to me? What did I do?"
The strong cultivate the weak. The strong rule the weak. It is the strong's duty to make sure the weak become stronger. That is what I did. I made you strong, did I not?
You
I
didn't
made
ask.
you I made you powerful and I gave you passion. Something you were lacking when I found you.
So that's it. Just you wanted to give me passion.
Well, there was, I admit, a bit of a personal flair to it. I thought you were a magnificent specimen. I wanted to see if I could turn you into an associate of sorts. But for whatever reason, that didn't work.
Alex takes another deep breath. You know this puts us in an impasse, right?
Come again?
You know this puts us in an impasse, right?
Well, I mean, I would love to see you again.
You played with me, Jason. You thought you loved me.
Whatever would make you think I don't?
When you love someone, you don't put them in a cage to fight like an animal.
Mm. When you love someone, you teach them the most valuable lessons you can. You give them the strength so that they can face the world head on. And I gave you all of that.
So that's it. This is just a sick lesson that you wanted to teach me.
Sick is such a horrible word to use, Alex. Come on now. I was a bit harsh, I know. But look at how powerful you've become. Look at the
Destroy my
path you've
faith.
look at the path you forged for you. I would love to see you in your prime now.
The people who saved me from you. This isn't about what you have done. As in, you didn't thought you made me strong. People saved me from your madness. I think you're lying to me.
Call it madness, I call it education. There was nothing to be saved from. You needed no saving.
There is a very sad voice that even Alex wants to hide but can't hide. And then she says, "So you really never loved me?"
Alex, I adore you. And I do love you very much. I gave you everything. All the tools you needed. You left. I was. I admit I overreacted a bit, but I'm willing to make amends. Why don't you come see me again? I want to make it up to you.
Where can I see you, buddy? He doesn't say buddy, she says pumpkin.
Why don't we meet not too far from where we first met? Down in the old ruins of old San Francisco. I'll meet you at that basketball court. Remember where we met? When I found you on the street begging for scraps?
I do.
Why don't we meet there? And I am sorry. We can always get my... You can always get the scars removed. And I am honestly sorry for overreacting, Alex. I do love you very much, and I want to see you again.
Let's meet at the basketball court in 2 hours then.
Okay? Phone hangs up.
Alex takes a deep breath and yells this, 3 or 5 people that is near her. She says, "Get out of my way."
They immediately obey. Caden, roll me a strength plus brawl.
Okay.
I rolled for him. He failed to attack you. You're in a fist fight with him.
True.
Okay. So again, you just punch him. Go ahead and roll it again.
I'm going to try to draw my sword, actually, to cut off his arm.
Oh, you're actually gonna go for okay. Roll me strength
Well, the
weaponry.
arm. Okay.
And you have influence Bushido, so strength plus weaponry plus 3, plus any other modifiers.
Okay. Does he have any defense?
His defense is 4.
Okay, so I ignore his defense because of my sword.
Yep.
So. Oh, just two.
So again, you slice him. He's getting kind of hurt now. He goes to try and punch you again with his 1 dice. Again, he misses because you're just too quick.
I'm going to like just place my sword like between me and him and tell him, go search for another life.
Caden, roll me a resolve composure -4.
0.
You feel your head go a little bit static and fuzzy. Kill him! Kill him! He is not worthy to be a warrior.
I need blood.
It would be dishonorable to kill an unarmed man.
He is armed. He just merely has not drawn his weapon.
Well, actually he has, but since I slashed at his arm, I assume he dropped it, right?
No, he has not dropped his weapon.
Oh. Well, if that's
Caden,
the case,
I am going to force you to make a roll. Make a strength plus weaponry plus Bushido plus 5. And take a
now is
point
the appropriate function.
yep, and take a point of lethal damage.
7.
Ooh. He goes to try and swing at you again, and you sheathe the sword, and in one fluid motion you draw in an Iai Jitsu strike, and his head goes spinning. Good. It's been so long since I tasted that much. You are given free will again.
You've acted dishonorably. I did not expect this from you.
This was the most honorable death that a scum like this deserved. You did not taste his blood. You did not see the things that he did. It is a warrior's duty to exterminate monsters. I just helped you exterminate a monster.
You are right. And I'm going to use my fire thing to burn the body.
All right. You light the body on fire and you start burning it. You walk
And
back
then I'm
and
gonna go to my
yep,
car.
yep. You walk back and Alex is there at the car waiting for you.
Where are you going next?
I talked with Jason on the phone. He invited me to the place that I met with him.
And are you going there?
I am.
Do you want me to go with you?
It's up to you. I don't know what's going to happen there. Maybe dangerous. Maybe a
Do you
trap.
think he would try anything?
Probably.
Then I'll stay behind, just in case.
Alex nods. You can just drop me.
Okay.
If we don't get you in the
So,
next day, we'll know something bad happened.
are we going to do that now or in another scene?
I hope you're doing it right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys head on over to the old ruins of old San Francisco. It's basically just the slum version of San Francisco, really.
Is it anywhere near the mountains, by the way?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Alex
It's
is
my
waiting
basketball court. I'm
because Caden
offended.
will remain at the back, so Alex is waiting alone.
Yep. You proceed on.
Actually,
Okay, go ahead.
Alex, do you mind if I take just 10 minutes to go to the mountains and come back?
Well, either way, you drop her off. It's because it's on the way. It's better
Yeah.
to drop her off and then go towards the.
Yeah.
So,
Because I just want to check if I can find the shack where that I saw in the vision.
well,
I don't know.
I'll save you a little bit of trouble. If you try and find it in the car, you'll never see it due to the thick. But if you get down on your feet and start exploring the woods, we've got another scene that could happen for that. But anyway,
Yeah, so it would take a while. No, but just on the car, I'm just going to fly around for a while and
yeah,
see if I can find it.
it's
But
too thick. There's too much tree line. You can't really get a good grasp of it. Heck, there could be a whole village down in there and you wouldn't see it.
once I see that I can't, I'll just go back and wait.
Hmm. Alex, you are dropped off.
She waits, gets on a tree and hides. See who's there, who will come.
You eventually, just in your normal sight, see a face you never thought you'd see again. Walking down not too far away on the other opposite end of the court, in a nice gray business suit with black shoes, brown hair, dark black eyes, a nice blue tie, just as you remember him. Jason walks out to the center. He looks around and he seems to sniff the air. Just a moment. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Actually, I've got to roll again. Hold on. Got one. Okay. So 8 successes. Are you using any sort of stealth or anything like that?
No, she's just on a tree.
He tilts his head up and looks toward the sky, and he seems to sniff,
Hmm.
and he looks right at you.
Alex jumps down.
Alex, sweetie, how have you been?
She walks closer. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm well. I missed you.
Did you?
Yes, I was devastated.
Is he lying? Because I can sense his lies, as you know.
He's not lying, but it's in the twisted way, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, of course. It's the
Yeah,
fucked up when
yeah,
missing someone.
but he is actually being very genuine with you.
You missed me to put me in your cage again.
No, I missed you. And I must say, and he looks you up and down, you are even more tantalizing and beautiful than the last time I saw you. You radiate power and authority. You are just a spectacular sight now.
She pulls his hand from back of her hand, and he sees that his fist, the
Hmm.
power fist, the silver.
He looks at it, and you can see just a brief flash of kind of a like where his eyes go just a little bit wider, but then immediately go back to his kind of
Hmm.
stern face. He says, "Oh, honey bunch, there's no need for violence here."
Why?
Well, I have to
Good,
admit,
good reason not to
I
life here.
overreacted the last time I got angry with you, and I wanted to offer you a position at my side again. No cages. You don't need that anymore.
You're right. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I can lie to you. I missed you as well, Jason. I really did miss you. The people ask me if I ever fallen in love before.
Out of curiosity, I know you may have said this in character, but are you lying?
No,
Okay.
she is not completely lying, but there's a devious thing that she is
Yes.
doing.
Yeah.
She says, I loved our small dreams. And all this time I waited for you to come up with a excuse to make all right. Make it all go away.
We cannot hide from the world of darkness. We can only embrace it, my love.
She smiles. I am ready to embrace it. Um, Perun told me that my hidden blade that's silver
Hmm.
can do a surprise attack or something like that. I don't know if he talked it with you. It's like the second fist. One is
Well,
big and the other one is small. Both of them are silver.
well, what you can do is you could theoretically grapple, and then have the
Hmm.
damage be like a surprise. Um,
Hmm.
but he's clearly aware of you right now. So if you
Hmm.
engage in a way that won't really work, granted, the
Yeah,
blade is still silver, and you could still attack with that. So.
yeah. It's not a blade, but it's iron. Pardon, a power fist.
Hmm.
I know attacking him is a stupid idea, but I can always try to run away.
Hmm.
So she gets that look of like, oh, it's starting right now type of look. So I
Okay.
think we will roll
Uh,
initiative.
here's an interesting thing.
Hmm.
Are you hostile to him? I know it's
I
kind
am
of
about to be. I
okay.
am about to be.
Then he's immediately going to take just a little bit of a step back and take more of a proper stance.
Hmm.
Am I able to see all these things from where I am?
Yes.
Okay.
And he says, "Sweetie, you don't want to do this
Why?
because you're severely outnumbered."
How?
Chuckles a little bit, and he whistles. Out of thin air, very large dogs seem to just step out of existence. Very large dogs, in fact. Perhaps even wolves. About a good 10 to 12 of them step out from just air. And they are all looking at you with hunger.
I'm going to start my car and start to fly, like just aiming at them just in case. I'm not going to do
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
yet.
Yeah, you're just getting it ready. I hear you. I know what you're doing.
You're a coward. I would have expected more out of you.
I'm no coward. I'm just a man who makes a business to hold all the cards. If you wish to face me, mano a mano, then put that little glove away and I will face you. After all, you dare to use the mother's touch against me, I will use every advantage I have if you are going to try and use every advantage you have. Remember the first lesson I taught you of a fight. There is no fair fight.
You're right. I guess I see you soon.
Oh, you won't be coming back with me then?
No.
He takes in a breath, lets it out. Well, that is unfortunate. I was hoping to have you by my side again.
You and I both have disappointments.
He walks very close to you,
Mm-hmm.
well within stabbing distance. He leans in and, not forcefully, but firmly and with obvious intent, puts one of his hands down towards your fist so you can't like bring it up and like whack him,
Mm-hmm.
and he leans in to give you a kiss.
No, he will not allow that. She will not allow that.
Do you
She will
pull?
step.
I know. How do you do it? Do you just step backward?
Yeah.
Okay. As you step backward, he doesn't go to pursue you. He kind of looks at you and he kind of feels the area where he almost kissed you, like he rubs his fingers over his lips like he got really
Mm-hmm.
close. He says, "Honey, what would it take for you to forgive me?"
For you to accept justice that I'm going to unleash upon you.
Well, I look forward to that day then. He
She slowly
sighs.
down,
Uh,
but like looking at those wolves, the 10 wolves that is around her.
mhm. He sighs and he walks back, and you see the wolves and him just once again just step out of existence. And it is nothing but the rain and silence, with you standing in the middle of the court.
Alex immediately texts Caden to, you know, you go without me. They may follow you. Don't do it. Don't let them follow you home.
What the text exactly?
It basically says they may be around. We can't be seen together. They may follow you back home.
Right. Then what do you suggest we do?
We find those guys again. Those who ran away. Learn where he does his business.
That'll be easy enough.
Yeah, we can just roll, or because
Hmm.
I already have the phone. Maybe they have the information on the phone anyway.
Yep. So with that, since my time is running short,
Mm-hmm.
thank you players for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. This has been another session of San Francisco by Night, Hunter the Vigil. I'll see you all next time.